When you're talking about cancer treatment, every single decision is just critical. Today, we're going to look at something pretty amazing. How a new kind of AI is stepping in to help with one of the toughest challenges out there, connecting patients to the right clinical trials.
You know, for a patient and their doctor, a clinical trial can feel like a beacon of hope, but actually getting into one, it's more like trying to find your way through this incredibly dense, complicated maze. We're talking thousands of trials, and every single one has its own super specific set of rules. So the big question is, can AI be the map we desperately need?
Okay, so the real heart of the problem comes down to something called eligibility criteria. And really, you can just think of them as an incredibly strict checklist. Are you the right age? Check. Have you had this specific prior treatment? Check. Do you have any other health conditions? Check. Every single yes or no on that list can decide whether a patient even gets a shot at a treatment that could save their life. And look, we are not talking about a couple dozen rules here. The study we're digging into today, it looked at a data set with, get this, over 6 million of these little, dense, super complex medical statements. Trying to sort through that by hand, it's just a monumental task. So yeah, it sounds like a perfect job for a machine, doesn't it? But here's the catch. That machine has to actually understand the language of medicine, with all its tricky nuances.
All right, so which AIs have stepped up to the plate? Well, on one side, you've got what we can call the old guard. These are methods like deep neural networks. Think of them as expert pattern finders. They're fantastic at sorting things based on data points. But now, there's a new challenger in the ring, large language models, or LLMs. And their superpower isn't just about finding patterns, it's about understanding meaning. They can actually read and comprehend the language.
And here's the thing that's really interesting. The old guard was already doing a fantastic job. I mean, previous research showed some of these models hitting 91% accuracy, and one even got up to an amazing 94.5%. So you have to admit, that's a really high bar to clear. Which, of course, brings up a really good question. If the old ways were already so good, we're talking over 90% accurate, why even bother trying something new? What could an LLM possibly add that these super powerful pattern matchers were missing? Well, the answer really gets down to how these different AIs work. A typical LLM, it's a generalist. It's learned from pretty much the entire internet, so it knows a little bit about, well, everything. But when you're dealing with something as high stakes as medicine, a jack of all trades just doesn't cut it. You need a specialist. So the model they picked for this job, it's one you've probably heard of, Llama 2, an open-source large language model. You can think of it as the raw talent, the brilliant student that the researchers decided to enroll in their special medical program.
Okay, so how exactly do you turn that generalist into a specialist? The process is called fine-tuning, and it's actually a pretty brilliant idea. Let's stick with our student analogy. Imagine Llama 2 has already graduated from a great university. It has this huge, broad knowledge of the world. Fine-tuning is like sending that graduate to med school. You're not reteaching it everything. You're taking all that existing knowledge and focusing it like a laser on one super specific field.
Now, the researchers here used a really clever method called Q-LoRa. Here's how it works. First, you take the big, powerful Llama 2 model. Then, and this is key, you freeze most of its brain. You lock in all that core knowledge it already has so it doesn't accidentally forget everything it learned in college. They call this catastrophic forgetting. Then, instead of trying to retrain the entire massive model, you just plug in these small, new adapter layers, and you only train those. It's like giving our med student a new specialty without having them reread every single textbook. And the final step? You shrink the model down to make it way, way more efficient. And the end result of this Q-LoRa method is, well, it's a total game changer. It lets you create this highly specialized expert AI that's also super lightweight and easy to work with. And you can do it all without needing a giant supercomputer. That's huge. It means this kind of advanced AI becomes so much more accessible for these really specific, really important jobs. So, to get our AI through med school, it needed the right curriculum, the right textbooks. And what did they use? Hundreds of thousands of real, anonymized statements from actual cancer trials. The AI basically poured through all this data, learning to spot the crucial keywords and phrases, words like lymphoma or prior treatment or carcinoma, that make all the difference when it comes to eligibility. Okay, take a look at this. It's called a training loss chart. Now, don't worry about the term loss. You can just think of it as mistakes or errors. And just look at how that line plummets at the very beginning. That's the AI learning, and learning fast. Its mistakes are just dropping like a rock as it starts to figure out all the patterns. Then you see it level off. That's our AI reaching its new expert level.
And the way they trained it was also really smart. This chart here shows the learning rate, basically how fast the AI is allowed to learn. See how it starts slow, then ramps way up? That's when it's doing the bulk of its learning, just absorbing everything. But then it smoothly comes back down. That lets the model slow down at the end to really nail the fine details, to get that last bit of precision.
All right, the moment of truth. After all this specialized training, after going through med school, how did our new AI specialist actually do on the final exam? The final score? 93%.
So what does that 93% actually mean? It means the fine-tuned Llama 2 model could correctly tell if a medical rule was meant to include a patient or exclude a patient, 93% of the time. That is an absolutely impressive result. It puts this model right up there with the best of them.
Let's put that number into perspective. Here's the final scorecard. Our fine-tuned Llama 2 gets a 93%. That's a solid win over the deep neural networks, 91%. And it's right on the heels of that other specialized method that scored 94.5%. So it's right in the mix. But this is the crucial part, the most important takeaway. Yes, one model was slightly higher in pure accuracy, but the real strength of the LLM is something different. It's the ability to understand context and nuance. Let me give you an example. An older model might just see the keywords prior and chemotherapy and raise a flag. But the LLM, it can understand the massive difference between patient must have had prior chemo and patient must not have had prior chemo. That's not a small detail. That's a distinction that changes literally everything for a patient.
You know, the researchers themselves put it perfectly. They basically said that these results are so encouraging, it motivates them to build more of these specialized, fine-tuned models for other big, important jobs in healthcare. And that's the key here. This isn't just about one successful experiment. It's a proof of concept for a whole new way of using AI in medicine. So where does all this leave us? What does it mean for the future? We're seeing an AI that can be trained super efficiently, that can truly understand the complexities of medical language, and that can perform at an elite level. It really makes you wonder, right? Could this be one of the key building blocks for the future of personalized medicine? A future where the right treatment finds the right patient every single time?